What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. In today's video, we're going to be working on the Z because I went ahead and did a little bit of stuff on the Mini. So the Mini cylinder head, I'm waiting on a couple parts to come in so I can send it out to get it machined. The bottom end, same thing. The crankshaft, along with everything else, I told you guys on Friday that I'd be sending it out to go get balanced. And it's going to get that done now. I dropped it off this morning, and hopefully I'll hear back from them sometime soon. But what that means is that I can actually go ahead and begin to work on the Z a little bit more. So I have some mods for it. It looks pretty good the way it is, but there's still some other things that I want to do to it. So we've got this nice contrast for the gray car with the black accents. So we've got these nice black wheels, we've got tint, but there's still some other things that I want to black out. So if we go to the back side of the car, there's something that I want to change back here. I'm going to be addressing that stuff today and tomorrow. I don't know how much I'll be able to get done today, but I at least want to bring you guys along the journey of what I'm going to be doing in this thing. So I'm first going to begin by removing the axle back. I have a replacement axle back that looks a little bit better than this. It's resonated, it's gonna be a little bit louder. However, it's going to be an upgrade over the stock setup. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy just the axle back as it is. However, I'm gonna give it a shot and I wanna see what this is actually gonna sound like. But while I'm at it, once I actually remove the axle back from the back side of the car, I'm also going to vinyl wrap the bottom side of the bumper. So I have the Z up in the air slightly. It's on ramps right now, so it's gonna give me a little bit more room to work on. Removing the axle back along with vinyl wrapping the bottom part of the diffuser is going to be easier like this. So I'm gonna show you what the car sounds like now so you guys can have an idea as to what it will sound like after we have the new exhaust system installed. So stupid me, I actually forgot that, well, when you rev the hell out of your car, the exhaust system gets hot. And we need to take off this exhaust system. So now that it's hot, I gotta let it sit for a little bit. But what's really nice is that you only need a 14mm wrench or socket or whatever to remove the axle back from the cat back. So you have a stud on one side that's holding a 14mm nut on the other end of it. Take that off and you're done. There's gonna be 4 of them, 2 of them found for each side. So because this is a dual exhaust, you've got a pipe on this side, pipe on this side. You loosen both of them, take them out. After that's done, you can then slide the muffler off of the exhaust hangers, and then the muffler can be removed from the vehicle. Removing any kind of exhaust system is pretty straightforward. However, the most difficult part is either going to be the rusty bolts that you're going to encounter or the stuck exhaust hangers. Now, the rusty bolts, there's not really much you can do about them. You can grind them off. You can try to, heat them up as much as you can, but that's one problem on its own. The stuck exhaust hangers, though, is an issue that you can solve really easily. So what I like doing to get by that kind of issue is using some WD-40 or any other kind of penetrating oil, and then using these exhaust hanger tools. So what you do with this thing is you spray the entire hanger, and then you push the piece of metal through the rubber hanger, and it comes out in 2 seconds. It's really that easy. So I'm gonna go underneath, spray both hangers, and then I'll be able to completely remove the muffler from the exhaust. So now if we go underneath the vehicle, you'll be able to see there's no muffler anymore. So we've got the one pipe here and the second pipe that came from the axle back. So the axle back bolts up to this point, but we're not going ahead and install the new ones just yet. So because we now have the stock exhaust system removed, we have all of this extra space where it's going to make wrapping the bottom part of the diffuser a lot easier. So that's why I decided to remove this first before we go on and go to the next step. So the wrap that I'm going to be using today is a gloss black, and it's going to contrast this paint very nicely. So I purchased a 5x5 roll, and I'm going to be using this to not only wrap the rear diffuser, but I'm also using this to wrap the roof of the car. So this is more than enough for both sections. I probably need about 7 inches for the diffuser and 3.5 in length for the roof. Now you can only buy this in a 5-foot roll, so you've got to basically make do, but that's basically what I bought. 25 square feet, and then I'm cutting it up so I can use what I need for the diffuser and then whatever I need for the roof. So I've got a foot that I'm cutting off right here at the end. So what I'm using for the diffuser is a 5x1 foot sheet. So step 1 to vinyl wrap this entire bottom section is we need to clean this and prep it. So I'm going to be using some isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber towel. I'm going to spray a little bit of product onto here, and then I'm going to work it in and remove all the grease, all the waxes, everything that's built up on the bottom part. So you want to get the diffuser, you want to get the crack in between there, and you also want to get a little bit on the outside perimeter of the paint. Now, if you have any cracks, kind of like the little groove that we have in here, you really want to focus on getting inside of there. So if you have any leading edge of the vinyl wrap that is not clean and isn't exactly laying down nicely, that area there is going to want to lift up before any other part of the car. So that's why you want to clean it up and prep it. The more time you take prepping, the better of a job it's going to look, and the longer it's actually going to last you. So take your time. Prep is the most important part of this. So you can make it look amazing, but if it's not going to stick and it's not going to last, what's the point of doing this entire thing? So take your time, and then once you're done, wipe down the entire thing, and then do another once over to double check your work. So you can see now that there's no exhaust system in here. So it's gonna make it so that when we vinyl wrap the entire bottom part in here, it's going to stick, and we're not gonna have to worry about that tip that's gonna be in the way. If you guys are super picky and super OCD and you want the best job possible, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put a little bit more work into it by removing this third brake light right here. So on the back side of it from underneath, you're actually going to be removing two 10mm nuts, one there and one there, along with the light bulb that goes in there to remove this. Now, once this is out, you'll be able to actually get the sides of the third brake light area cleaned, along with the bottom side. So once you do that, you're gonna have black wrap literally everywhere. You're not gonna have to make a cut along here on the edge, and hopefully you're not gonna be able to actually see the gray through it. But by doing it this way, you can make it so that you don't see any gray or whatever your body color is underneath or through the corners of this fourth brake light. So what we're trying to work on now is we're trying to tuck the vinyl wrap into the little crack in between the top part of the bumper and the bottom side. So if you see in here, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's actually coming into like a little peak. So we're trying to lift and pull the vinyl wrap back, use the hard side of the squeegee, push it up and into the crack. So an edge like this, we're gonna first put a little bit of heat into it so it's somewhat flexible. We're gonna pull it back so we're about here. So you come from underneath with the heat and just tuck it up. Move down a little bit, tuck it up. Down a little bit, tuck it up. And then once you're done, you're gonna go over the entire thing like this so that you get that seal and that edge nice and, well, down pat. That leading edge is going to be the most susceptible part for peeling. So be careful to get that, and be sure to get that area down good. Now, if you don't prep this area well enough, it's not going to stick when you try to push it into the crack. So just keep that in mind when you guys plan on doing this. The prep part is the most important part of this entire procedure. Now, if you're not confident with cutting on the actual body itself, you can buy what's called knifeless tape. And you can lay it down inside that edge, and then you won't ever have to have a knife edge up to the paint of the vehicle. However, if you're confident enough or you don't care enough, you can use a blade like this. Very lightly just nick the top part of the wrap, and it's going to be enough that you can actually cut through the vinyl and then separate the bottom part of the wrap from the top. And then when you're done, you have a very nice edge like this. And then after that, you're going to follow it up with a little bit more heat. Use your squeegee again. And you really want to focus on getting that little edge down there right. What you're essentially doing is you're making the side that looks like this, that isn't tucked into that corner yet, to a side that looks like this, that has a nice clean line right between the diffuser and the body panel itself. So after everything's all said and done, the diffuser wrapped looks something like this. So we still need to go ahead and install the axle back However, the black contrast, I think, looks so much better down here against the gray. Let me know what you guys think. Now, one kind of thing that I'm kind of contemplating is whether or not I should touch the fourth brake light. I'm wondering if I should smoke it, if I should buy a clear one or a tinted one, or just leave it the way it is. Now, I am kind of liking the contrast, especially with the other red that I have from the taillights. So for now, it's going to stay, but if you guys want to see that different, let me know. I can go ahead and even tint that with simple vinyl wrap. I can show you guys how to do it, and it's quite simple. You can do it at home, and it'll take no time. With the diffuser now wrapped and looking amazing, it's now time to install the axle back. So you can see that right here, this is our stock axle back. It was really simple disassembly, 2 bolts on there, 2 bolts over there. There was a hanger up here and another one over here. It was really easy to remove. There wasn't anything really complicated with it. The install is going to be even easier because now instead of a really large, heavy, restrictive muffler, we're going to have 2 smaller ones that are a lot lighter and a lot easier to install. So all that we need to do is install the new gasket with our old nuts that we have underneath the car, attach them up to the studs that are attached to the exhaust system, and then that section's done. Repeat the exact same thing so we have another one in, and then we're done. So I have the new axle back right here. I'm going to be putting on the one side first, but before I go ahead and slide this part here on top of the hanger, the rubber hanger, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this Permatex silicone ceramic brake lubricant on there. It's a high temperature, rubber safe compound, and it's going to make it so that the rubber hanger isn't going to want to like seize up to this piece. So it's just basically like a little bit of grease. You're going to put it on top of the hole, or you can put it on top of here. Now, if you do both, it's going to make it slide on easy, and it's going to make it so that should you guys need to take this off down the road, it won't be stuck. And then whenever you're ready, you can slide this over top of the mounts down here, and then guide it over top of the exhaust. And then those 2 bolts that we removed earlier, we're going to actually reinstall those back on. Now, this kit does come with the replacement hardware, but you don't really need to install new stuff on here. So because we're using the old pipe at the back, it's actually utilizing the old studs that are attached to the exhaust system. So I mean, if you want, you can take them out, but it's completely unnecessary. Grab a 14mm socket along with the ratchet, tighten this up, and then this side is done. With the diffuser now wrapped along with the axle back now installed, let's go turn this bad boy on and see what this thing sounds like. So front end is looking pretty stockish, stock ride height. We got different wheels on there, different lug nuts. We got a little bit of tint, so we do have some contrast there. The wheels in the back look really good, but damn, when you come back here, oh, it's like, I don't know, comes all together. So we've got the now gloss black vinyl wrapped diffuser. We've got our top speed axle back, and it sounds so much better than stock. It sounds nice, it sounds aggressive, it's not stupid like Ricer loud, but it's nice. It's definitely a nice upgrade. Now, some things that I definitely do want to do in the near future, wrap the roof. I feel like that gloss black will make a really big difference how the car is going to look, because you get to see that on every angle of the car. So here, even at the front of the car, you'll see that the roof is black, and you'll see that swooping A to C pillar that Nissan's got going on. So you can see they've already got blacked out the B pillar, and it looks nice. Now just imagine how much nicer it's going to look when there's nothing on top that's gray that'll distract you from the body line. So there's definitely going to be more stuff coming up with the Z, but even still, it sounds and looks incredible right now. I'm not gonna lie, the entire process didn't take as long as I was expecting. I was expecting the vinyl wrapping part of it to take a little bit longer, but I was able to do the entire thing in a matter of a couple hours. So I'd say it looks a lot better. You guys let me know what you guys think of this. You guys let me know, should I do any more black stuff out on the Z? Should I do some more things to it? I think it looks great the way it looks, but I definitely think there could be some other things I could mod on this. If you guys have any questions regarding the video or you want to see the products that I use, description box down there, check all that stuff out. There's gonna be more information. You guys know what to do, like, sub, all that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.